Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome you back to this live online class after the vacation of Eid al-Adha. I am Mohammad Manik Mia. Welcome you all to this live online class. My dear students and viewers, hope you are all very well by the grace of Almighty Allah. My dear students and viewers, you know that in my previous classes we have completed transition sentences as well as phrases, clauses, and the last few classes, consecutive six classes, we have discussed narrations and also the board questions that we solved. Today we are going to start a very new class. It's a very important class for you all because this grammar is very important, and the name of the exercise is modifier. And in the board questions, you are going to get these questions as question number 9. My dears, if you have the book and the board questions, then you can take it in your hand. Okay, I am just taking a book in my hand to give you some messages of these modifiers. Before going to know about modifier of the board questions, you should know what is modifier. We should know what is modifier, what are the uses of the modifier, why are you going to learn modifiers. A number of questions may arise in you. But my dears, our classes is based on your English grammar. That's why before giving you the answer of what is modifier, why are we going to learn this modifier, what are the things that we should learn if we want to learn modifier, what I want to do with you. I want to show you a one word question, partial, and I want to show you what type of answer you have to answer in the examination. What type of question you have to give the answer to that question in the examination. That's why, first of all, this is the abrupt beginning or beginning from the middle. I am not beginning from the definition of modifiers, the classifications of modifiers. Rather, very directly I am going to the board questions to show you what are the things that you have to answer in the examinations. Then I will give you the example, the definitions, and also everything of modifiers. My dear students and viewers, you know, whenever I am going to take any class, I want to make it a series of classes. I want to discuss everything that I think important to my students. So that's why these modifiers, I need minimum 5 classes, and this is the number 1 class today. Today's class is first class on modifier. In this class, we will know some basic questions. We will discuss in the class. Our topics will be on some basic questions of modifier, its classifications also, and the board questions. And the next consecutive classes, we will discuss pre-modifiers and then post modifiers, and then we will go for the exercise, and for that exercise of course we will follow the board questions. Now my dear, we will follow the board questions in our class number 4, but you should know what type of board questions come in the examination. So that's why my board we have limited space, and there I have written the more than half of the portion of the board questions, that is Dhaka board 2019, of course partial, not the complete questions, because we need 3 or 4 lines after that, but I have something to write here. That's why I have taken only 9 examples from there by leaving some sentences from here. But if you have the book, you can take it in your hand. And my dear, you must keep a script and a pen with you, and you have to write everything that I am writing on the board, because every words are important for you. You should not write this if you have the book, quite enough, but after that what I am going to write here, you have to write everything if you want to be benefited and share with your friends. Okay, my dear. Now you see, this is the board question number 9. Dhaka board 2009. It is not the complete question, it is partial. I have left some few lines, 2 or 3 lines after that, because I have to write something and my board is limited. That's why, my dears, when I will go for the exercise, be confirmed that I must have to use my screen sharing with you. Why? Because it is not possible to write the huge exercise in the board and to answer those. So that's why I must use my laptop, and I will give you the I will make you exercise on this very pattern. Okay, my dear. So this will be discussed in the 4th class, but everything in the first class, second class and third class we are going to discuss is related to are related to this. Now you see 2019 board questions, there it is modifier. What was written there? If you have the board questions, I have a question in my hand, board question, and there it is written, read the following text and use modifiers as directed in the blank space. My dear, read the following text. I have a book in my hand, I am using this. Dhaka Board 2019 board questions, number 9. In every board questions you will get it in number 9. Read the following text. Read the following text and use modifiers. Use modifiers as directed. You cannot use modifier as you wish. Rather, you have to use modifiers as directed in the blank space. These are the blank spaces you see. These are the blank spaces. These are the blank spaces. And you have to use modifier how? As directed. You have to use the modifier how? As directed. Now you see how it is directed. First of all, arsenic. You know, it is a very famous word in Bangladesh, arsenic, and we suffer from this sort of arsenicosis in Bangladesh. Anyway, my dears, arsenic is a pre-modified. Arsenic is a dash, number A, dash, substance. Here you see substance, pre-modify the noun. Pre-modify the noun. Okay. Then you have to know what is modifier. You should know this. Number 2, pre-modify the noun. You must know what is pre-modifier. You should know what is pre-modifier as it is written there. You should know this, and we are going to discuss this sort of words that will arise from here. Now, arsenic is a dash substance, and what are you going to use here? As directed, pre-modify the noun. Substance is the noun and you have to modify it. And why it is pre-modified? This word is used before this noun. Okay. But I am not giving you the answer of the question, sir, what is pre-modifier? You have to wait and I will give the answer later. It is number B, use an intensifier to pre-modify the adjective. Okay, fine. It is number B, gap there. It is use an intensifier to pre-modify the adjective, dangerous for human health. So what you have to use number B? It is the blank space as directed, intensifier. Use an intensifier. You must know what is intensifier. Be connected with me and be with me in my next classes and you will understand what is pre-modifier, what is intensifier, everything inshallah. Dangerous for human health. One word will come here, but you should know what is intensifier. My dear, whenever we are going to learn anything, first of all, we should know what we don't know. What we don't know. If we can understand what we don't know, then this is the first stage to learn. And everybody, every man, every intellectual, every wise man should know what he doesn't know. Okay, my dear. So, you may not have the idea of modifier, you may not have the idea of pre-modifier, you may not have the idea of intensifier. Everything will be discussed here. Okay, my dear. Now you see. Number C, it is a full stop. Number C here, use demonstrative to pre-modify the noun. This substance. This substance is the noun and you have to use demonstrative. Okay, demonstrative. I want to go back, number B, use an intensifier. Of course, intensifier is an adverb and this adverb will pre-modify this adjective, dangerous. And here, substance is noun and of course demonstrative, that means you have to use an adjective here. And you know that there are a number of adjectives to be discussed here. Now, substance is found in the water of the tube well. There are D, gap, that means the blank, use quantifier. Okay, my dear, then you have to know what is demonstrative and also here what is quantifier. to pre-modify the noun. Of course, it is a pre-modifier, but you have to use here quantifier, and you should know what is quantifier. My dear, I have the basic to be discussed here. Look at the board. I have used here, I have taken the question of Dhaka board 2019. It's a very important question for the examination. You know that board questions are always very important, because it is thought as the symbolic thing that you should know. The total grammar, you know a lot of things, but these are the very important one. Okay, my dears, use demonstrative to pre-modify the noun substance. There are, use quantifier. You should know what is quantifier. You should know what is intensifier. You should know what is demonstrative. You should know what is, here you see, quantifier, intensifier, demonstrative, quantifier, everything you should know. So now, there are, use quantifier to pre-modify the noun. Villagers, okay, villagers in. Then there is a gap. Use possessive to pre-modify the noun. Here, country is the noun, and you have to use here the possessive. And so, of course, you should know what is possessive. Now you see, a number of things that you have to learn, you have to know. And not only, you will learn not only the definition of that, but also the examples. My dears, possessive, there are a lot of possessive, and you have to know this, and you have to identify which one is suitable for this place, because there are a number of possessive words. I will discuss everything with you. Now, most of our use a noun adjective. So we know adjective, but what is noun adjective? There may be a questions. There may be a question. What is noun adjective? And you should know it. Use a noun adjective to pre-modify the noun. Okay? So most of our people drink tube-well water, and before people we have to use a noun adjective. The problem is dash number G, pre-modify the verb. Okay, found here is the verb, and you have to use a pre-modifier. Of course, it must be an adverb. Pre-modify the verb. So you should know what are those adverbs that are useful here. In North Bengal, government is trying to mark tube wells having arsenic. Use a participle to post-modify the verb. Use a participle to post-modify the verb. Government is trying to mark tube wells having arsenic. Use a participle to post-modify the verb. Of course, you should know what is participle. And there is another thing to be noted, post-modifier. What is post-modifier? What is post-modifier? Now you see, only pre-modifier is not enough. Rather, pre-modifier, demonstrative, adjective, noun adjective, possessive, quantifier, all are equally important to understand. Okay, my dear, you have to know post-modifier. Then what have we got? Pre-modifier, modifier, pre-modifier, post-modifier. Okay, we should take proper measures, use infinitive phrase. You should also know what is infinitive phrase. So a number of things that you should know, but today's class I will discuss what is modifier, what is pre-modifier, what are the types of pre-modifier that we should know, and what is post-modifier. Hope that next few classes I will discuss pre-modifier and post-modifier, and then I will go for the exercise. So now I am giving you time to write this. I am giving you 1 minute to write. Arsenic, we should take proper measures, use infinitive phrase. You should also know what is infinitive phrase. So a number of things that you should know, but today's class I will discuss what is modifier, what is pre-modifier, what are the types of pre-modifier that we should know, and what is post-modifier. Hope that next few classes I will discuss pre-modifier and post-modifier, and then I will go for the exercise. So now I am giving you time to write this. I am giving you 1 minute to write. Okay. Now, I think that you have written it, or you can take some screenshots that may be useful to you for the next thing to understand. So, what have we learned from here? We have learned what we should know. We have learned and what we don't know and what we should know. So now I'm going to rub my board and okay, I've got it. Now, modifier, the first thing that you should know. Modifier. So, don't take it as a grammar. I am going to talk beyond English grammar. What is modifier? Definitely, modifier indicates a person. Modifier indicates a person. Modifier indicates a person or thing that makes partial or minor changes to something. Now you see, the other synonym of modifier is changer or converter. The synonym of the word modifier is changer or converter. I am not taking the definition as the definition of English grammar, rather it is found in the dictionary. What is modifier? Okay, write it. A person, a modifier, is a person or thing that makes partial or minor changes to something. My dear, it is modifier and English grammar we got the name from this modifier. So it is a person or thing that makes partial or minor changes of something. It is modifier. But in English grammar, what is modifier? In English grammar, what is modifier? Write it, what I am writing. What is modifier? Answer. A modifier is a word, phrase or clause is a word, phrase or clause that modifies, that is, gives information about another word in the same sentence. Now, my dear, you see, it is modifier. But what is modifier in English grammar? In English grammar, what we know as modifier, it is the definition. A modifier is a word, phrase or clause that modifies, that is, what is the meaning of modifies? That is, gives information about another word in the same sentence. Okay. So that means modifiers are those words that give information about other word in the same sentence. That is called modifier. I am giving you time to write 20 seconds and then I will give you the example. Okay, I am writing the example here. Example it is, I am going to the Lake View Cafe. Lakeview Cafe, you know that, a C-A-F-E, and there must be a sign of, in the upper side of E, cafe, for a vegetarian burger. I am going to the Lakeview Cafe for a vegetarian burger. Now, my dear, you see, in this sentence, the word vegetarian, modifies the word vegetarian. Here it modifies the word burger. That means the word burger is being modified the word vegetarian. It is modifier. That means the modifier vegetarian gives extra information about what kind of burger it is. That means the word vegetarian is giving information about what kind of burger it is. Okay, now you see it is a modifier. Okay, now I think you have understood modifier. And then, what types of words are used as modifier? It may be a question from your side. What types of words are used as modifier? In maximum cases, adjective, adverb, and then adjective phrases, adverb phrases, adjective clauses, adverb clauses are used as modifier. What type of words I want to write here? In maximum cases, but not always, adjective, adverbs in maximum cases. Adjectives and adverbs. Then adjective, phrase, adverb phrase. Adjective phrases, adverb phrases. Also adjective clauses, and adverb clauses are used as modifiers. Okay, in maximum cases, adjective and adverbs, adjective phrases or adverb phrases, adjective clauses or adverb clauses are used as modifiers. Now, kinds of modifier. My dear, we have found in our exercise that I have written there, board question 2019, the three things that we found there about modifier and also pre-modifier and post-modifier. So there may be a question in you, how many kinds of modifiers that we have to know? Of course, there it was written pre-modifier and post-modifier. This is all about modifiers, then I am going for pre-modifiers and post-modifier, kinds of modifier that we have to understand. So write it, and I am going to rub the board after 20 seconds. Okay, kinds of modifier. The first thing is done about modifier. I think you have got the idea and you will memorize it. My dear, some students ask me, sir, what is education or what is study? I think mere understanding something is not a study. I don't want to call it as the study or education. Rather, you have to comprehend the meaning, you have to comprehend the idea given there, and then you have to memorize those things. If you memorize those things, that means you get a permanent position in your mind and you will then understand everything quite clearly. So what I am writing here, try to memorize everything. If you memorize, you will understand. If you don't memorize, you will understand partially, and that will not work in the examination hall or in your practical life. My dear, this is the last class for you to understand English grammar and English. After that, you have to understand something different, not the English grammar that you will find in a later part of your life. No syllabus is given there for your honors and master's level. If you are a doctor or engineer, you will never get any types of grammar. This is the asset that you are taking with you after the intermediate, and you have to run your whole life based on this. So this is the high time, and this is the time to memorize, to comprehensive competence in this English grammar. Okay, my dear. Now, the second thing, kinds of modifier. Kinds of modifier. Two kind, of course. Pre-modifiers. Number two, post-modifiers. Kinds of modifiers that we are going to understand: pre-modifiers, post-modifiers. There may be a question, sir, what is pre-modifier and what is post-modifier? I am giving you that, I am writing here, write it, and then I am going for pre-modifiers. So, first of all, it comes the definition of pre-modifiers. Now write, pre-modifiers are the modifiers which modify the words that follow them in a sentence. That means follow pre-modifier plus words. Now you see, pre means before. Pre means before. These words are being pre-modified because this pre-modifier is before these words, and these words follow this pre-modifier. Follow means after. Follow means here after. Pre-modifier and these words. This is called pre-modifier. Pre means before or prior to. Pre means prior to or before. Now, what are the words that you usually use as pre-modifier? You can write, conventionally, adjective and adverbs are placed before the word they modify. Conventionally, adjective and adverbs are used before the word they modify. So now, conventionally, adjectives and adverbs are used as pre-modifier, conventionally adjective and adverbs. So there may be a question. There may be a question, sir, adjective and adverbs. We know the various types of adjective. What type of adjectives are used? You see, my dear, what type of adjective? Article, determiners. My dears, article is also one sort of determiners. Okay, article, determiners, demonstratives, proper adjectives, compound adjectives, they comes before noun plus noun. You see, article, determiners, demonstratives, proper adjectives, compound adjectives. In the determiner, you know, possessive adjective, demonstrative, also quantifiers, everything that is related here. Especially this comes before noun. And if we think about the adverbs, then this type of adverbs, conjunctive adverbs, then sentence adverbs, they comes before the word, they modify, and of course they modify verb, adverb. I need to write here after that. This modifies verb, adverb, and adjectives. When it comes about the modifier of noun, then we use article, demonstrative, determiners, proper adjective, and compound adjectives. But when we are going to pre-modify the verb, adverb, or adjectives, we usually use conjunctive adverbs and sentence adverbs. You may not have the idea about this. I will discuss later. Okay. Now write it, and I am giving you the example. Write it. I am giving you the examples. Okay. Is it visible, the lower part of the board? I think in some place. Okay. Now you see, I am writing the example here. Generally, examples. Generally, the brown dogs are nice. Generally, the brown dogs are nice. Now you see, generally here adverb. Generally adverb. Dog here the noun. Okay. the article. Brown, it is descriptive adjective. Now you see, generally it is a sentence adverb. It is a sentence adverb, generally adverb, the article, it is Brown adjective, and here it is the noun. So the three words here modifies the one word noun, but generally it is sentence adverb. These two words, article and descriptive adjective, these are directly in front of the noun. It is generally, it modifies the total sentence, pre-modifier of course. Now you see, the articles are also one sort of adjective. I am going to write another example. I am going to rub the upper portion of the board. I think you have written it. Apparently, that bank has a lot of security process. Okay. Apparently the bank has a lot of security process. Now you see, apparently it is also, of course, the sentence adverb or adverb we can say. It is adverb. That demonstrative, of course demonstrative adjective, that bank has a lot of, it is a quantifier, that means determiner. Security, it is. Now you see, these are all pre-modifiers. Okay, my dear, I think you have written it. Okay, I am going to rub it. Now, post modifier definition. Post modifier. Post modifier or modifiers. Okay, post modifiers are the modifiers which come after the words they modify. Post modifiers are the modifiers which come after the word they modify. Post means after. This word post means after. After the word, post modifier. So now, customarily adverb. Whenever we are going to use the post modifier, we usually use adverb as post modifier. And also, what type of thing? We use adverb. Adverb of time, adverb of time, adverb of manner, adverb of places, appositives, I will give you the example. Dependent clauses. Clauses are usually used as post modifier. Write it. I will give you two examples and we will end the class for today. Post modifiers are the modifiers which come after the word they modify, and usually customarily we use adverb as post modifier. And you see here, Adverb, usually adverb of time, adverb of manner, adverb of place, and also appositives, and also dependent clauses. Of course, all dependent clauses are not adverb, and appositives are also not adverb. After the word, they modify. Okay. Now, the example. Liton Das, one of my favorite batsmen in Bangladesh cricket team. Liton Das, a cricketer, has been selected in the squad. Liton Das, a cricketer. Now a cricketer, appositive. In the squad, it is adverb. Where? In the squad. Selected where? In the squad. That's why in the squad, adverb. It is adverbial phrase. Then, if you like football, then of course you know Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo, the captain of Portugal team, plays exceptionally well. Now, of course, what we have written, who is Ronaldo? The captain of Portugal team. It is appositive. Plays exceptionally well. It is adverb of manner. This is all about post modifier, but we need more examples and we have to practice like adjective, determiner, possessive, demonstrative, quantifier, everything. And also appositive, intensifier, infinitive, participle, everything that you should know. And you know that my class here, it's a series of classes. And my next consecutive classes, I will discuss pre-modifiers. Completely that, the questions that you find in the examination, you will find in the examination, I will discuss, and after that class, post-modifier, and then the last two classes will be for the exercises. So, my dear students and viewers, during this COVID-19 crisis, you should keep safe. You should stay home, stay sanitized, and keep safe and keep learning. Hope to meet you next Thursday. Till then, Allah Hafiz.